Mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2. Making sure you all can hear me. Let's get into it. So, good morning, ladies and gents. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Just right off the bat, I'm gonna go right into it. I'm already in longs on NQ at 25,743. So I have longs running at 25,743. I just want to run for Asia high and I'll kind of be done and I'll assess and see where we go. We do have data, so that's something to take note of. We have data that's coming. Oh, look, looks nice. Nice push. I just want Asia highs and I'll be done. But I am in longs right now. I do have longs running. So if I get my Asia highs, I'll be chill. If not, then we do have news at 7. So that's just something I am keeping in mind. One hour does look like we can make a push for it, but it's gonna be a little bit tricky only because the 30-minute time frame is gonna be attracting some sellers. So that's just something I'm keeping an eye out for. All I want is a run for overnight highs. That's pretty much it. But if the news comes out and the news is not good, that's not gonna be good, you know. So I am in longs at 25,743 on NQ. So I already have longs currently running. We're currently trying to hold above a midnight open on NQ here at 786. If we can hold above 786, we can get the squeeze. But if we can't hold above 786, we may start to sell off right back to overnight lows. So that's something I'm keeping an eye out of. These yellow lines here are my midnight open. So think of it as magnets pretty much. So we kind of need to hold above that previous or that current midnight open at 786 on NQ, or else we're going to magnet down here to 749. If that doesn't hold, we could magnet below to 716 and then down here to 687. Just do keep in mind we do have news. So I don't want anything crazy. I honestly just want 833 and I'll be chilling. It's just gonna be a little bit tricky. Just a little bit tricky. If we could just get the pop there and you know, pierce it, I'll be more than happy. And then I'll just reassess from there. It looks like we're getting a pop. Again, the 1 hour does tell me that we have some upside to go. Just the bigger time frames, it's like, that's why if we can get this pop, I'll wait for the news to drop at 7. Once that news drops, then we can reassess and see what the market wants to do. If the market just pushes on that news, then I'll let it run. But if we get a pullback and the pullback does set me up for long re-entries, I'll take it. But if we get a short entry, I'll take the short as well. Again, all I want really realistically, I just want 830. So give me 25,830 on NQ and I'll be satisfied with that long position. I did, again, go long off 743. So yeah, Let's see what they have. Let's see if we get the push. NQ or ES is looking a bit weak, which makes sense because NQ was the lagging move. If I go pull up ES right now, you can see ES has pretty much already made its move, its recovery pretty much, and that's why it's pulling back. NQ hasn't. So again, all I'm looking for on NQ is just a run of those. Just give me 830 and I'll be cool. It can technically from here go to 854 to 856, but I just want 830 and I'll be chilling. So please give it to me. I'm not begging, but you're gonna give it to me. If you all want to know how I trade like this, I do have a system that I run with, and if the trade goes well, I'll explain the system real quick. If the trade doesn't go well, I'll still explain the system. But as of right now, everything is going good. We do have news at 7, so I kind of want my take profit to hit before that news hits. Oh, we're getting close. 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 Give me 830. Give me 830. Give me 830. I mean, I could technically be out right now, but like I kind of want my 830. Yeah, there you go. Target hit. Target hit. I am out of all that. I'm out. 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 Target hit. I'm out. Longs. It was a big move. Give me a sec. I need to exit on multiple accounts actually. So that's kind of the annoying part. Okay, there we go. Switch accounts. There we go. Fully out. All right. There. Now I can wait for news and reassess on that move. But let me just real quick go over to that MNQ position. That was a nice move. And yes, it can still run again to this yellow line up here. So did I leave money on the table? Kind of, but I kind of don't care because we have news coming. So let me just grab a screenshot here of the trade. Boom, boom, go here, paste. Boom. So I don't know if they can see my stream. I don't want to show too much, but let's see if I can do this real quick. Without showing too much, here's the trade. We went in at 743, out at 25, 830, 522 on the trade. So nice move. Now I'm waiting. I'm out of everything. I am now waiting. I don't care what they do with the market. I wait for the news. So I'll explain why I went long real quick. I'll explain exactly why I went long. Overnight, or actually I went short overnight first and then we went long on the recovery bounce, but I went short based on my system. If I'm looking at the 30-minute time frame, the 30-minute was telling me, and I'm gonna just hide some things to make this chart a little bit cleaner for you all. So let me just hide some things. Okay, so if I just look at the 30-minute, and I'll even hide this because we don't even need this. We could just look at literally price action and midnight open. But anyways, looking at the 30-minute here, stochastic RSI was in my 100 zone, which to me doesn't tell me where price is going to go, but just tells me what momentum could potentially come at this point. And I like to use 2 time frames to coincide together, which is a 30-minute and 1 hour. 30-minute and 1 hour were both saying at the open last night short. And that's kind of what I did. I was shorting up until I seen a midnight open. Once the midnight open hit, I wasn't shorting ES though. I was shorting NQ. So once the midnight open hit, we got out of our shorts, and yes, it did pull back a little bit more. Full transparency, I did try to long around here and got stopped out. So that's that on that. But then we got back in longs at 743 here, and that was because my setup was telling me to go into longs. My stochastic RSI was in a 0 zone or buyer zone, and at that point we went long, and I was really targeting my midnight open, and that's why I hit these lines. This here, which I'm making available to those in my Discord, this is midnight open. These yellow lines are midnight opens. So if you know anything about midnight opens, you know how crazy accurate they are, right? So anyways, the reason why you can now see why I went long at 743. I was kind of looking for the break above this midnight open at 750. Once we broke above that, I kind of knew that, okay, we were going to target these double line and the current midnight open at 786, and that's what we did, right? Boom. Now, what I wanted to see ideally, yes, the midnight open targets were cool, but based on the overall setup of what I was looking at, I wanted to run on overnight highs or Asia highs, which is kind of what it's doing right now, right? But anyways, once it broke above that midnight open, I was looking and I had another midnight open, which was up here at what? 855. So this tells me that we could see a big move from 785 all the way up to 855, 856. It can make you sound crazy, but if you look at what the market is doing right now, the market is doing that move right now in one big candle. This is literally my system. So I literally am coding this. The code is not fully done. I still have some tweaking to do. But this is pretty accurate. This is pretty much if this then that. So if we reject under 856, I'm expecting a big dump right back down to 787, right? If we hold above 856, we should go up to 880s. And again, you can, this was on ES2, so I was trading ES as mirrors. So ES was actually textbook. This works very well on ES, but if you look at where we were shorting at value area highs until a midnight open was presented. ES created a midnight open at 84. There's previous midnight open, so 84 didn't hold, which means it met 81. 81 didn't hold, it met 76. 76 did hold. Went long there on ES because I wasn't touching it, but then I went long there on ES, targeted this midnight open, but essentially again was targeting the overall Asia high on ES. So these midnight opens were just pit stops. So let's just say you took 4 lot longs here on 76. You can just use these as exit points, right? And just leave your runners, right? So go 4 here, sell 2 here, leave your runners, right? Do I care that ES and NQ are making this move right now and is going higher without me being in it? No, I don't care, because I know what my system tells me and I can easily catch these moves based on my system setup. But what I want to show you guys is, look at this move, 784, 785 to 854, big move, right? And I mean, this, I'm not giving off too much, but it's just 8 years of fucking trial and error, pretty much. But this is my system. So if you want to learn my system, you can join in Discord or grab my guide. I haven't posted a link on Twitter yet, but I will make that link available. But it literally goes over all of this, and you don't have to follow everything to a T. You can literally take away what you want from it and just, you know, trade as you go. But longs were the move. Longs were the clear move. Longs won. And yeah, I did get out a little bit prematurely at 8:30. I don't care. Now we just wait for news to come at 7 o'clock. And once that news hits, then yeah. So yeah, if there's any questions, you can ask questions in the chat, y'all. Like, I know this is not one of those streams where I wasn't in a position, then I got in a position, but to be honest, it's not going to be one of those streams. Maybe we'll have those streams where like I'm not in a position and then like a position sets up and then we get in and then everybody's able to follow. But honestly, if you don't have my system, then you don't have my system. What I can do though is give you guys tips and tricks as to going about navigating the market. I can give you guys some pointers. The first big pointer I can do as far as top-down analysis is look at your weekly and daily timeframes. If you trade the strat, it's going to be even more helpful. But look at your weekly and daily timeframes and understand the previous day breaks, okay? That's pretty much all I'm going to say from there. Understand the previous day highs and lows. And what happens when it breaks? You'll find a noticeable pattern. I'm not gonna say too much, but yeah. Now I'm just waiting. There's no clear, clean setup. I'd actually, you know what? I actually could trade gold. I could trade gold, but the only thing about gold here is maybe it makes one more sweep to 431, maybe. But if it doesn't and it wants to, you know, find support at my value area low, which is this purple line, if you don't know anything about volume profile, that's also covered in my guide. But anyways, if it does create support at this value area low, I'll look into it, because what we can do now is this will actually be a perfect setup, actually, because if I'm looking at the 30 minute is setting up. I may wait for it to make one more sweep lower, and the 1 hour is actually there. It's actually setting up there. So there's two things can happen. I can miss the pop to the upside that's going to happen, or there's going to be a sweep down here to 431, maybe 412, and we'll be able to grab longs and play the upside. But my system is telling me to wait for right now, but I'm kind of leaning more towards playing longs. I'm just being cautious for a sweep. But the way I would do it is, let's just say we sweep to this midnight open. I'd go long at 431 if it holds, based on, you know, the 30 minute being in my buyer zone. 1 hour is there, and I'd just be targeting midnight opens as far as trimming my positions and just leaving my runners for the overall setup that I'm trying to play, which is the run on the overnight highs, if they can do it. So if we can consolidate here in this minor demand area, again, I will not roll out any sweeps, because knowing gold can sweep. If we can still can consolidate after the sweep, I may look for some longs to the upside. But if this cannot hold for today, then we're just, gold will probably chop up. But yeah, let's go look at NQ real quick. Notice what's happening. It's rejecting midnight open. So if it rejects 56, I mean, news is coming out in, I think, let me see, what time does news drop? Let me check. $7 a.m. So at 7 we're gonna get news, and either it's probably gonna just full send this shit or dump it. But I don't need to chase this. I have no reason to chase this whatsoever. I could, but no, I'm not going to. But I could. Nah, I won't do it. I won't do it. I know better. I know better. She's a running though. She is fucking running. But I won't chase. I won't chase. I won't do it. This is where things get interesting though, which makes sense as to why news is about to come in and drop. So if news drops and the news is good, I'm probably gonna sit out, because we're just gonna get a new high. Like, it's just gonna pop, and I don't have any data to work with, right? So it would actually, I do have data to work with. Give me a second. Give me a second here. I should still have data to work with. I do have data to work with. Midnight opens, not necessarily. They'll load in, but I have some data to work with. So if this does rally, it'll probably make a push for 26.1. But I won't chase it. I'm not saying 26.1 is going to come hit today, but like, it's for sure going to go to like 26K. But if it doesn't, It'll be interesting to pull back because right now, looking at the 30-minute, I can't chase this on the 30-minute. There could be some sort of pullback, which makes sense. It's news, but on the 1 hour, the 1 hour still shows more room for an upside push. How much? That's up to your levels, but yeah, the 1 hour does show more room for an upside push. So I'm gonna stay on a 1 hour because we have 10 minutes left on this candle. And I want to see what happens with the next candle. If this next candle opens and you can't get above this midnight open here on NQ at 879, that is not going to be good, chat. Oh, you said today and yesterday was a grind up to Friday fall off, and we broke the 25,800 straw call. You think 25,900 for 1 hour? I'm thinking that too, especially if news comes in. I won't roll out like a pop real quick. Like, let's say news bad, like I still won't roll out a pop. The only way I'm gonna even call for like the 26K is like if we can get above this 879. But if not, then I don't know. Let us see. Thank you all for showing up. I plan to go live every day at 6:30 in the morning. I don't know how long I plan to stay live for, but I mean, if we can get clean price action and everything, you know, there would be no reason to end. But factory orders are in at 10 a.m. 10, what is that, 10 Eastern? Yeah, that'll be 7. Yeah, news at 7. News at 7, chat. Of course, Josh. Hey, that system works, Josh. I'm telling you, like, and the thing is, it's like you don't even have to take. You don't have to use the whole thing. You can literally take bits and pieces. If you already have a working strategy, but you just want to make it stronger, you can literally just use bits and pieces from the system and just add it to your stuff. That's literally it. And I think the most crucial one that a lot of people would really get behind, I believe, is midnight open and the stochastic RSI. So, yeah. We missed you too, Mo. We missed you too. I miss being live, I'm not gonna lie. But I've just been studying because I'm trying to take my SIE exam and then do my Series 7.
SIE is the one where you can sell insurances?
Not necessarily sell insurances, but securities. Like I can advise and shit.
No, if you need any help, my cousin, he's a advisor at Wells Fargo.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of help. Like,
he has no, all he did was high school, and bro is.
If he still has his notes, shit.
Yeah, I'll text him later this weekend for you.
Let's take a look at gold, guys, because gold is doing what I didn't want it to do right now, and I would have longed the bitch, but I mean, I kind of still would long gold. I kind of still would long it, but I want to wait for the news. I want to wait for the news in case they do a sweep. But she's popping. She's trying. She's trying, and I kind of want to do it, but again, I gotta wait. Now I can miss the longs, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm waiting. Yeah. this is kind of market related, but not like technical analysis or anything. But what I want to tell the people that are here is go into 2026 with a clear slate. Don't bring any of your errors from last year into this year. Like if you made mistakes trading, I hope you learned from it, one. But two, you come into this year with a clear mind and a clear slate. No losses to your name, so to speak, right? Don't judge yourself and judge your current positions that you want to take based off of how you traded last year if you didn't do so well. Because what I see a lot of people do, and it's been a trending thing, but it's been very like super common, is I mean they're going on social media and looking at all these, you know, one-off traders hitting these big ass returns, and they're comparing themselves to those people. You know, why can I do that? You know, and that's what gets them into trading for all the wrong reasons. And when you start trading, you know, to try and hit these big ass numbers, and you're not trading, you know, for a clear reason, like I'm just following a system, you know, shit's gonna end up biting you in the ass in a long run. It's not a sustainable strategy at all. Yeah, my lives are rewatchable, so you're able to go back and watch this. I don't know if I should make it rewatchable, but yeah, they are for now. But yeah, try not to compare yourself to anybody else. This is your own journey. You're trading for, you have your why. You know, you're not trading to please anybody else. You're not trading to please me. You're not trading to be the biggest fish in the pool. You know, you have your reason, and you need to follow and adhere that reason and stick to that journey. Yes, you're gonna see everybody else with the bigger car, the flashier objects and shit, but like, don't drown yourself in that. Just understand that, okay, that's attainable, that's possible. Let me continue doing what I'm doing and just compound my wins. Because as you do that, by the time you know it, you'll see good returns. And again, you just need a working system and an edge. If you have that, you're set. And gold is pissing me off. I might prematurely long this, chat, and I might eat the loss if I take a loss. But I might prematurely long gold. I'm not gonna lie. This might be one of those eat the losses type shit. You feel me? Because we could run this bitch up right up here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go light. I'm gonna play the micros. I'm in long one gold micro here. Yeah, I'll try one here, and I'll keep a stop at 50, but it'll be loose for now, so I'll alert when I'm out. This one's gonna be an interesting one, because we'll see. We got, what is these, 3 minutes? We'll see. I got these gold longs running. I do want to stay on the 1 hour because the 1 hour is really my area of interest. We could at least run this up to 74 and then 89. But what I really want to run it up to is 4,500. So I got one long running on gold. It's just for me. Very light position, so just one micro. We got news in 30 seconds. I want to see what the news does. What is the news going to do? What is the news going to do? What is the news going to do? 16 seconds. Are we gonna get a pop on gold? Let's see. Oh, my ES and NQ. I don't think we're gonna get the pop on gold. We might not. But if we go look at ES and NQ real quick, are we gonna get a pop? Are we gonna get a pop? Gold, are you gonna pop? NQ is pulling back pretty hard right now. Let's go look at that real quick. Just real quick. Yeah, it's pulling back. So I don't think this gold is gonna be a good trade right now. What you gonna do, gold? What you gonna do? But I want to show you guys something else that has to deal with NQ. Notice where it rejected and what I said could have happened. So it failed to break above 878, right? Which was a midnight open. And now it is dumping. And what did it also do? It failed to hold 855. And I have no midnight opens until 785. And what is it doing? Damn near giving up the whole run. So unless buyers step in, this could go right back down to 785. Now let's go take a look at gold one more time because we got to see what the fuck is going on there. If we can't hold 50, I'm going to get out this position. So it's looking like we cannot hold 50. What you gonna do? But again, gold is volatile, so that's something I'm keeping in mind. Are we gonna get it? And Q and them is selling off. Trying to be a little bit patient here with gold. Only because it's trying to hold my value area low. So I'm being a little bit patient. Trying to hold the value area low. It's trying. Still in my gold long. Buyers are saving up NQ and ES. Let's go look at that real quick. Yep, buyers are stepping in to try and save it. News is already out, so I kind of have peace of mind now. Don't got to worry about no sudden movements. Kind of feel a little bit more comfortable with the gold position now. So all I really want to see is it consolidate more above this 446, 450 area, get a pop above 457 because that's where it's been rejecting, and I believe we can get a squeeze going to 474. If you can't hold 446, which is the value area low, it's going to sweep down here to 431, which I should have waited for, but at that point, I would have been out my position. So, yeah, we're going to see what gold has in store for it. NQ, ES, nothing of interest for me to play. Gold is probably the only thing that I'm interested in right now. But if this doesn't even go well, then I don't mind waiting. Don't mind. Okay, she's failing 46. Are you gonna pop or are you gonna fail? What you gonna do? If it fails, I'm going to exit. All right, I'm out. I'm out of that. Now we could just go focus on ES and NQ. Let's go see what that's doing. Gold is being a little bit weird, so I don't have a setup here on ES or NQ. Just gotta watch this, see if we can get something. This is some weird price action right now, ladies and gents. ES is saying one thing, NQ is saying another thing. So what I want to do real quick, let's just have NQ up here. I just want you guys to see the different story that it's telling right now. 30 minute. Look at this. This is actually comical. It's actually pretty comical. Nasty. I mean, you can call it divergence, I guess, but it's pretty funny. You can probably hear me smiling because it's like, what the fuck? Like, what do you do at that point? You just sit it out and wait. I mean, I could short NQ. ES looks like, this is why I like trading ES a lot better, because it's a lot more cleaner and responsive to technical setups over NQ. Because if I'm looking at ES here with my system and everything like that, I mean, this is a picture perfect technical short, like rejecting value area high, shorted to midnight open, boom, it just hit midnight open. So like you could be out your short 93 to 84. If midnight open is failing, you still have more of a downside on your 30-minute and 1 hour. So now all you do from there, from current midnight open, at least on ES here, not NQ but ES, is you then short to the next midnight opens below the previous one. So now your new target is 80, and then if that doesn't hold, your next target is 76, and if that doesn't hold, 56. Like it could flush, but this is telling two different stories, so it's kind of tricky because you look at NQ and it's like, oh, I want to go play long, look at it, but do you? I would love to short NQ here actually, because just looking at ES here, it's just nasty. So let me just pull up NQ here real quick, since we already have that on ES, and I'll have ES up here. Oh my god, this looks so nasty. So if I'm gonna short NQ, and again, I'm not in a position right now, but this is just a thesis that I may be regretting that I don't take. But if I'm shorting NQ here, my entry is kind of now, right? Because my entry presented itself here, so this would technically be my entry. And my first tight stop loss would be at 879. I probably would put it at 885. So my entries would be at 55, stops would be at like 85. And I'd firstly be targeting at 782, which is a ways down, but it could hit. So I'd be targeting 782. And then if that doesn't hold, I'd be targeting 748. So that's how I would go about it. But it's just tricky because, I mean, ES could catch buyers and then buyers could just send it. But I don't know. ES looks pretty nasty. If I'm looking at my system here on ES, it's screaming for sellers to step in right now. It's screaming for sellers to step in. It's actually nasty how bad it's screaming for sellers to step in. It's just, are they gonna give it full continuation? The 30-minute and my 1 hour is kind of screaming for sellers to step in. So it's gonna be a tricky one. It's tricky, and when it gets tricky, I tend to sit it out because I like both of my instruments to be in lockstep, you know, move it at one accord. If NQ is dropping, I want ES to be dropping too, you know. It looks like we're getting that now. So again, I may have missed a short. It could have been on me, but hey, like, I'd rather just forward test my system live with you guys than, you know, just put up unnecessary risk. So NQ could really flush here, guys and gals. Again, I'm sitting it out because I don't like what I'm seeing. Like, NQ does look strong, BES looks a little bit weak here. Clear double top right now, but I just don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like that with NQ. NQ could still flush a lot more, but buyers are trying to just step in for whatever reason. Maybe because the 1 hour sell has something left, but even at that point, like, what more do y'all want? Like, unless y'all break this out, like, sellers are just gonna come and step in under a midnight open at that point, you know. So I may sit it out. I already played the long from 743 and we got out at 830. So do I get greedy? I already tried to get greedy on gold and paid for it. Do I get greedy here again and try and make more money? I don't know. Well, I do know. I shouldn't, you know. I do want to see what'll happen though. So I'll give the market, like, I'll give it up until 8. I know it's like an early light, but I'll give it up until 8. Make a move, and if it doesn't make a move, then I'm probably just gonna end the live. But I want to see if it breaks out, cool. But everything right now is looking like a pullback could come. Yeah, so I'm in no position right now. I got no reason to be in one. Like, you see that on NQ there? Like, you would expect that candle to continue flushing, right? Putting the 2 down and continue flushing, but no, boom, buyers are just gonna come in and step in, right? While ES is over here fucking struggling its ass off to fucking hold the level. It's almost comical. but it's just like it'll be frustrating as shit. So my advice is to not force a trade. You know, like this is, excuse my French, but retarded. So yeah. Like, do you see that? Like, do you see that? Crazy. Crazy stuff. But again, we're not in a position, so this is not affecting us in any way. But this is interesting to watch. And this is I don't like trading data days, but there's gonna almost always be data. It's just whenever you get price action like this, it's not worth trading. And the minute I seen NQ was trying to break out and ES was already dumping, I already knew that it's gonna be one of those days. So I'm glad that I was able to at least make a move on NQ, and I think NQ is gonna be a pair that poses the better opportunity for a cool minute. And what I mean by better opportunity is if you look at NQ or ES from last night as far as where it opened and dumped. So let's just say it opened at 69.90. The low was 69.75. So what is that? Almost a 20-point drop. But now if we compare that to NQ here, whereas NQ's open was at around 25.843, had a low of 25.728. It's just, again, since it's valued more, you're gonna be able to make more with this type of move, whether it's to the downside or to the upside versus ES. You know, but I will say ES is a lot more cleaner, a lot less stressful to trade, follows your system and my system a lot better. NQ gets pretty volatile. It gives you those sweeps and then it decides to make its move. So yeah, but ES is just gonna be a little bit weird. It's January, February. It's normally choppy. It tends to pull back a little bit, but we have some quantitative easing that's potentially coming. We do have rates being lowered, so all of that is a bullish catalyst for the market. So it'd be interesting to see how Q1 goes for this year. Yeah, so looking at ES here, just from a value session volume profile area, if we look at what happened from overnight, pretty textbook. Broke under value area high, broke under PLC, went to value area low, held value area low overnight, went to PLC, went to value area high. If we look at what happened today, just flip this down to a 5-minute real quick. Failed to hold above value area high, went back to PLC, which is fair value, failed to hold that, back to value area low. Now it's trying to hold value area low. This is where I say things can become a ping pong session. If it holds value area low, it's going right back up to 87 or PLC, then back up to value area high or 990. If it doesn't hold this value area low, this is where I start looking at previous sessions to see where are my next value areas at, right? And I already have one screaming at me, which is down here at 69.58. And I'm sure if I pull this up here where I have my midnight opens at, I'm sure that 69.58 lines up with the midnight open real quick. Let's just go see, just for. Yep, I got a 69.56 and I got a 69.58 value area low down there. So 69.56 midnight open, but yeah, pretty much lines up to me. So that's that for the downside of things. But if again, this value area low on ES is going to be your line in the sand pretty much for price. Like if this holds, then we should see a nice run up right back to these highs. But if this doesn't hold, that's it. Like buyers are they're going to get flushed on. So I don't know if they're gonna decide to chop this up, but I look at NQ. This is just disgusting. This is disgusting bag work right here. So again, my advice, I'm sitting this out. I have no reason to force a trade. I'm not even gonna try and short this, because if I'm looking at just NQ right now, okay, rally, 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 cool, cool, cool. Okay, we tried to short, nope. All right, that's annoying. All right, rally, rally, cool, cool, cool. Rejected a midnight high. All right, cool. Tried to short, nope. All right, cool, boom. Tried to short. All right, this short could be working. All right, it's going, it's going. This short could be working. It could be working. It could be working. Nope. Okay, next handle, buyers. Wow, what the fuck? Next handle, even more buyers. Wait, what the fuck? Next handle. Oh, all right, shorts are back. It's working. It's working. Nope. That right there is frustrating. That right there is mentally taxing, mentally draining. You're already over the position, but and you're not at this point. You're gonna take anything, because like you would, in the back of your head, you're gonna be like, yes, I want the flush, right? If you're short technically, but every time they keep selling it off, buyers just keep stepping right back in. They just keep stepping right back in. So like, maybe if we get that quick flush again, I'll be out or something. And then what'll happen is, like, let's say you do get that quick flush, you'll exit, make your profit, it'll pop, and then just flush, and you'll be like, fuck. So like, when I see shit like this, I'm gonna just sit it out. Especially with NQ, I'm gonna sit it out, because this is frustrating. Look at that. It wanted to short again. It said, nope, buyers coming right back. Like, what do you do at that point? This is what blows accounts, because I'm sure people will have their stops somewhere around here, and they're just gonna keep tagging that stop every single time. Slippage, 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 slippage with these wicks, tagging those stops every single time. So yeah. So if we look at ES, what I just explained, the ping pong session, they held the value area low, taking it to 87, and then they're going to take it to 90. Now it's all up to that 90. If it breaks above the 90, we're going to get the trend continuation back up. If it doesn't get above 90, right back down to 80. The reason why I kind of knew this move was going to happen was, if I'm scalping this, which I could have scalped, but I don't like scalping. The 30-minute seller zone, right? Okay. Yes, I get it. 1 hour, almost in the seller zone, but it's kind of there. But when it comes to my entry point, which I use a 5-minute for entries, if I'm looking at this is not an entry point for me. This is telling me, hey, those scalpers may step in and, you know, pop this thing up before you can get a clean short. So just understanding that, these are the scalpers that are stepping in off the value area low to take it to fair value POC and make their coin. That's for ES at least. And so what'll happen is, once they get this 5-minute stochastic RSI up here, they're going to be done with their longs, and this is going to pull right back down. So if they keep it within this auction, this value auction, then you're going to see it come right back down here to 80. And if they hold it with the stochastic RSI back in the 0 zone, they're just gonna keep it in this auction range for the session, and at that point shit gets boring. Like, what the fuck do you want to do at that point, you know? I'm not gonna look at gold because I know gold is gonna be popping right back up. I already know gold is gonna be popping right back up. I'm just gonna look at it. Fuck you, gold. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you. And the only reason why I'm long biased on this gold, and I knew they were gonna do that fucking sweep. Okay, chat, real quick. I don't know if anybody was following along, but I know the replays are on this live, and I might go replay it and clip it. But I said this shit was gonna sweep to 31. Did I not? Did I not? So we didn't get 31 on a dot, but I want to show you something here. This doesn't have my system up with the midnight opens and all that, but this does, right? So if I just pull up gold, oh my goodness, look at that. And I literally said, yes, gold could do the sweep to this and then make the pop. I should have waited, but I didn't. I went prematurely and paid for it, right? It is what it is. It's okay. This just tells me that my fucking system works, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Sorry, excuse my French. But anyways, now that I see this, and I seen that they just tried for the sweep and bought up the sweep, now gold can make the push to 74. Now gold can try and reclaim this overnight dump. Does that make sense? I hope that makes some sense, because I want to long this bitch. I want to long it, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. But yeah, like that is pretty comical to see, actually. I'm not gonna lie to you, but hey, it's what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, so gold is gonna do, and I'm just gonna have it up on the side here, just for shits and giggles, just to see if I'm correct. But yeah, let's pull up NQ. Oh, okay, they're proving me wrong. And there goes the scalpers doing what they do best. If we look at ES here, like I stated, what were they going to do? Ping pong it, boom, PLC. And now if they hold it above 87, it's back to 90. I just really want to educate you guys more than just say, oh, buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here. I want you guys to see and understand what the fuck is happening in this market. And if that's too boring for you guys, then this is just, you guys don't want it as bad as you claim you do. And you're not serious about this. And you should just wrap it up. But yeah. Well, I already know gold is going to go higher. I don't have a setup on ES or NQ. But I mean, I know that, I know where it can go if, you know, levels hold and whatnot. But as far as an entry point, I don't have an entry point on this. Looking at the daily though, I can tell you right now, the daily session is bullish on NQ. So there's no reason to be shorting. The daily session is bullish on ES. There is no reason to be shorting. Any pullbacks as of now are looked at as long entries, so long as a previous day low isn't broken under. Do with that information as you will. It'll really go over people's heads. So yeah. This is nice though. This is really, really, really nice. This is really nice. Big push. Just proving a point real quick. Wow, this is going to pop. But all right, chat. I might call the live here. I don't have a setup and I'm not chasing anything. It's cool to watch this run, but I can always get a setup later on tonight, or if we get a pullback, I could probably get a setup. But apart from that, we just have a bullish session. Play the trend. The trend is your friend. Don't go against it. And with that, I'm gonna call the live. Take care.